with a V and B, vowels and B. Dead informal. It's I don't know why I introduced it like that. I'm just going to become quite casual, but we're basically doing a week of celebrating female creative. That is anyone in the group that does any kind of creative thing. So we did put a call out for people who want to be in it. So we're basically sat here with there's no live element apart from when me and Berry are doing our live sound making sessions, which will be on Tuesday and Friday. I'm going to put on the Female Creative page a list of who's on and when they're on, if you want to just bob in and bob out, because you're welcome to do that. But it's basically just night in with Bells and B right through the week, and we're just going to be discussing and looking at female stars and who well, they're absolutely amazing. Everyone who's in this group who does something, whether it's making something, whether it's producing music, whether it's making cups or telling stories or anything, if you're good at it, then you know you should be out there. We're here to sort of try and promote you. So we're not really doing much this evening because Berry was teaching and everything, but we're going to have quite a smooth transition all the way through. Hopefully it's between 6 and 8 every evening, and we're just going to try and fill that. I mean, you'll probably end up seeing just our faces a lot, but we're just getting used to doing this sort of thing online so we can get some attention, and so we can get some attention for you as well. And we might do this again next year. This depends on how this COVID thing's going on. Yeah, we'll sort of take it from there. So basically, we sort of set up Female Creative to well, like a bit of an agency really, to make sure that the female creatives could get some publicity. So it's been really nice having people kind of come to me and say, yes, I'll do something, or you can show something. We're doing some live performances. JD Swales Barnes is DJing. She's doing a DJing set on, is it Thursday? Because she changed the day, didn't she? I forget.
I think you said.
And Shannon is doing Hazy Hour on Friday, and those are live sessions. So apart from those three, we're just going to be showing you stuff. We're going to be playing you things of ours. And on Saturday, we're going to do a little bit about our own kind of solo work. So today, while we thought we could take this opportunity to play some of the glitch series that we've been doing at the moment. And so I don't know whether some of you have noticed, we've been posting them, not just on Female Creative, but all around, just to see and get a general perspective on what, you know, or some feedback on it and everything, which has been pretty good. There's no one kind of giving it the thumbs down and saying that's a bit shit. But we're really enjoying it. We're enjoying doing something together because it's this crazy time, and you know, you can't get out or do anything. A bit of lippy on for the first time in ages because I've been stuck in the house. I mean, this is going out to me. So without further ado, I was going to kid you, I had my hair chopped off. Show me your hair. Yeah, so actually put online with Glitch 3. Now I've tried to do this on my computer. Can we just see if I can share it first? See if it works for me.
Yeah, right.
We'll see what happens. What's it doing?
Nothing, but give me a second because I might be able to give you permission.
Ooh.
One participant can share at a time. That suggests that you should be able to share. Are you sharing now?
Let's see if it plays. No, hold on, let me just see. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about you, but we could just play them like this if you want to. What's it doing? What picture is there? Is it not me on it?
Yeah, it's you on my screen. I don't know if it's anything
Oh, so
different.
you can see my face, but you can't see my screen.
Yeah, I can see your face, and I can hear the
All
sound
right.
that's coming through.
What would you prefer I do? Would you want to do it or me? I'm just trying to think of who's got the best speakers
it
in a
does,
listening sense. I think it's probably you, isn't it?
doesn't really matter, does
Do
it?
you want to do it and play?
Going through it's going through whatever speakers whoever's listening to this is listening to it on, so it doesn't really matter.
Right, okay then. Right. We're going to play some of this then. So the first one we did that actually got online was glitch 3. And then yeah, so basically what's happened here is we kind of I get on Ableton, I've got my push and everything, and Berry sat there with lots of teacups and violins and whatever she can get her hands on really. And if you've ever been to a house, you'll know that you can get your hands on any sort of musical instruments and pans as well, marbles, anything, just anything that makes them sound. So basically we just work together and sometimes it can be so therapeutic that we just get carried away, and we live sessions on the same sort of idea. So we're picking out the bad sounds, the weird sounds, anything that makes a sound so that we can do something with it. So with our sort of separate footage, as it were, so I'll go off and I've got something that's all been my which is kind of where you just store like audio samples. So I'll be doing that, and as I'm doing it, I'll be fading up and down and working the push and stuff like that. And then that will stop. So I'll go off, and after I've got some time on my own, I'll take those audio samples and I'll kind of reconfigure them and make them into a kind of structured song. Okay, song. Well, we'll see. So you're looking at something that's a bit diverse. You're going to be listening to one of Berry's that she did from her end. So it's interesting to see how different our different sort of approaches to composition are. I think I'm probably a bit more contemporary because we've got to have some kind of motif in there that grabs attention. So I'm going to play Glitch Series 3 first of all, which was the first one we put online probably. I've just thought, haven't I? We play them all because they're quite long. We're going to be here till about 9 o'clock. So before you go on to play them your one where you did the visuals, because I think that's a really good one to show. Again, you know, we're trying to pick out extraordinary sounds through what we do, and that's why we call it glitch, because a glitch is basically the sound that we don't usually use or people cast off. So in case some of you are thinking, oh, that sounds a bit odd, but this one I think is probably my favourite. Just think if it is. I think it's 5. Could be wrong. There's my famous motifs in there. So I think they're like just completely different, isn't it? Having sort of working with the vocal mix that I have to do. And so you can, I mean, I can hear the bits where you come in at the back, but they're very faint because I don't get much of you through my speakers, you see. So they will, but it will catch little bits. And every time it catches little bits, I try to emphasize them. To see, to makes it more of a kind of vowels and B thing. So I'm trying to think of the one that you put on with the face on it, because that was a really good visual with one of our things that you
That
had a
has
mess.
more. It has more of both of us. There's kind of quite an equal mix of the two of us sound-wise in there as well. So because I think it's just the way our sound systems are set up. So when you come through into my recording. No, it's just differences in setup.
Yeah, great. Laptop. Do you want to play? I should put that video, because this is the chance for us to kind of like experiment and see how it works, and if it works, we've got a lot of videos to play this week.
Okay, well, if I bring the video up and then I share the screen.
Have you noticed the V? I thought that was awesome. I just like, although it looks a bit kind of like a bit of a tail in it.
I have noticed the V. Right, so.
Oh, I've just had so much fun doing this. Okay, I'm just doing the light show. Oh.
Is that showing for you?
I've got a black screen. You haven't play. So that's it. All right. I love that instrument. What is it?
Oh, the erhu. It's the
The
Chinese
erhu.
violin, because that and your
Is
voice.
it to hand? Because I'd like people to see it. Is it to hand?
Yeah, it's
It's awesome, and it's so representative of kind of a kind of Chinese kind, isn't it? It's got kind of, if you want an instrument to talk Chinese, this is what you've got, isn't it? Because it's China. It's where is it from?
well, it's from China. It's just the Chinese violin. So rather than it being 4 strings, it's 2. So you've only got 2 strings. So it's basically the middle 2 strings of a normal violin, and then the bow is actually trapped between the 2 strings, so you can't take the bow away. So to play one string, you've got to push out, and to play the other string, you've got to pull it in. So it's
Cool.
different.
No, I don't know the way that you used it within that piece and embellished that, and that's quite a prominent feature, isn't it? That sound, and I think it
was that and you. So you and it are kind of interchangeable throughout that piece. So sometimes when you think you're hearing that, you're hearing you.
Yeah, and it's like a sort of cackling old woman, isn't it? It's like me and the instrument. Yeah, I get it. No, but it's like, it's interesting because your sound is very kind of frequency based, isn't it? And it's really, if you heard that on speakers in well, on a good sound system, that sounds really, it's just really kind of hits you, doesn't it? Your whole body kind of so yeah, so I love that. What time is it?
It is 7:30.
Oh, right, okay, cool. So we can play, what else can we play?
I have one of the pieces, I can't remember which one this was, but it was on the 6th. I think this was one that you were trying to work on.
I've got a new one to play today, but I'll leave that to the end. Not that it's the best, but
well, I think
it's just bad.
if I just, because I think the other 2 are, they're not cut down, so I think this one is, this is just sound.
Kind of grossly ambient, isn't it? So it kind of puts that kind of fear. There's an element of fear. Do you know what I mean? When you listen to it, I thought that.
It's kind of got almost like a horror film sort of feel to it. It's quite because that's actually, this one is one. This is a recording. So basically, this is a recording of a recording of a recording. So this has been used and reused and reused. I think this is the 4th incarnation. So every time we've worked together, I've had this recording in the background so that it gets added to with the new stuff, and then that kind of becomes an amalgam. So it's like this constant feedback loop. So
yeah,
I think it's 4 times over now that's been that's been through, but it's creating some really interesting effects.
It's like having a kind of drone, isn't it? Or having something. I mean, I kind of fill bits where there's gaps with just like a stuff forever. Do you know what I mean? You just stick some of that in, and you've got some added texture, haven't you? There.
Yeah.
But it's like, and it's more sort of we want that kind of thick texture, and I think you tend to work with the thicker texture, more of an orchestra base, where I'm kind of like, it's just different, isn't it?
It's that kind of surface
How we perceive it.
And not to surface, because I tend not to work with the sounds that you pick out immediately. So I tend to work.
And I do.
Yeah.
But you see, I'm just working with the voice. I feel like I'm trying to grab anything that's interesting from the voice. Otherwise, it's just basically, and we don't want that because it's going to be boring. So most of the time, I'm in front of the microphone, just going, which and we've got Pamela Z and Agnes Savizdelek and Annette Pick as well on Saturday, and they're fantastic, and they're vocalists. So I kind of grabbed those and asked them if I could play some of their stuff, and they were really lovely. But you may be very on Saturday, some inspiring people that you think we can maybe have some of them on as well, because we've got a good 2 hours filled with them. I feel like I've hogged all the artists.
You already know these people. I haven't got into delving into that.
Don't name drop. Don't name drop. Don't name drop. Me and Pamela Z like that.
I'm not in the inner circles yet.
I mean, this the whole kind of week to view sort of thing. I'm going to put a list out on Female Creative Group. You're putting one on the website. You can actually look on our website to see the videos, excuse me, or anything that we do on Wonderland. You can just go into the into the website, Female Creative website. And we have a little bit of space at the end if anyone wants to join late. But everyone else has got their kind of time that they're going to be shown. But like I say, they're not on live, so it doesn't really matter. And it's going to be recorded, so they'll be able to see it at another time. It's just that element of like, this is now, and this is what I'm trying to do, is just like, do some live stuff, some live streaming, because this is what we're going to hopefully we'll be like this in January. Is it?
Well, we may as well embrace the world we are in at the moment.
This could be it forever. This could be it forever. I could do a season. I could do spring and have some tulips and daffodils in the background.
Funny years.
Anyway, I'm talking shit again. Right, so we'll play another one. Have you got anything else to play? The glitch?
I don't have anything that's cut down. Most of what I've got are the whole session, so there's lots of chatter, which I'm sure no one wants to.
Oh, you've got that's the creativity there, and the chat that is there. You sent me something that was about an hour and a half. I only wanted a bit. And tip here as well, if you want to send audio, don't send audio via email or anything like that. Do it on WhatsApp. Isn't it? Everything I send on WhatsApp,
I know.
Load it in.
Who'd have thought?
I know. And who'd have thought I could get the app on my little basic setup here? I did know I was downloading. I did know. Right, and I'll play another one of the glitch ones that I've done. So I've played you 3 and 4. Let's have a listen to 5. some people have been messaging in. Have you seen any of them?
Yeah,
Barry?
yeah, I've been keeping a little
That's
bit of
cool.
time. Yeah, no, it's awesome.
Messaging in. Have you seen any of them? Barry?
Yeah, I've been keeping a little bit of time. Is that you? Awesome.
Messaging in. Have you seen any of them? Barry? What's happening there?
Oh.
Cool.
We got a new piece going on there. Have you got that playing?
It's looping.
Facebook open, that's not me.
There's something you've switched on, I think. Hold on. There's something you've switched on, I think. Hold on. Are you getting it from your end?
Yeah, I can hear it here as well. I don't have Facebook open though. So.
Are you getting it from your end?
What have you done?
I've not done anything.
What have you done? Have you got it open on your computer? Have you got Facebook open?
I've even turned off the speaker and it's still playing.
What a glitch!
I swear to God, it's coming through the speaker and the speaker's off. I've even turned off the speaker and it's still playing.
Proper glitch.
That's what I did.
What?
I was listening to it on the. I'm so glad that happened today. So glad that happened today. That isn't the loop. That isn't the loop. That isn't the loop. Oh my God. I was looking at the messages. That's a problem, isn't it? Because it was coming through my phone. I thought it was coming through the speaker. I was losing my mind. Right. Okay. Testing.
Oh, girls in technology.
So anyway, yes, back to what we're doing. So on Saturday, when we've had some artists, and the artists that we've got are, let's see if we can name them off by heart. Okay, so we've got Pamela Z, Agnes Vislek, Annette Pick, Justine Flynn, Christina Assel Alvarez. She's going to show some makeup stuff that she's done. Shannon L. Jackson, JD Swale Barnes, I think I've mentioned already, haven't I? Emma Louise Wellens, Kerry Carroll. Can you think of any I've left out?
Is it Lynn Monk?
Oh, Lynn Monk. Oh, Lynn Monk, yes, Lynn Monk. She's done us a little Wonderland playlist for her night. I forget, but she's been really lovely. She's a sound engineer, so she's doing other things as well, and she seems to manage just everybody. Just like, you know, there's just someone you really need to know that knows about music business. It's definitely got to be her. Yes, so she's been really helpful. She wanted to share this to some of her friends and stuff. So I basically said, well, we want to keep it in the group at the moment. You know, obviously, you're going to come run to our house and knock on the door.
What I was going to do was the day after each live, I will put the live video up on the website. So from there, it can be shared. But the actual live event, I think it's just nice that it's something that the group has. But if it goes up, because otherwise it's going to be a lot to put up all at once. So if I put up tonight's tomorrow, then that's going to be
Yeah.
available, and then tomorrow's the next day, and that way it sort of it means that it's not a massive job for me at the end of it, but
Yeah.
then people can share as and if they want to.
Right. Okay, that's fair enough. I just didn't, you know, because we kind of centered it around, this is our little group and these are our members, and we've got how many now? 127.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, but they're also, these people are proud of what they're doing and they want to
yeah,
show people to other people, and
yeah,
that's lovely. But I think it's nice that the live event goes out to just the ladies in this group, and then after the fact it can then be shared, and it sort of shows that we're a nice little group, and we are supporting each other, and we do want to build each other up and see each other succeed.
yeah. Well, absolutely, that's exactly what we are doing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, so we've got YouTube videos for people to see, and like I say, the live events. There isn't really much else we can say today, is there? Apart from, you know, we're just trying to keep busy, and this glitch thing that we do, because we do it twice a week, and you think, oh God, you know, can you be bothered? But it's actually my highlight of my week. You know, just close the door, just in here and just zone out. It's almost like a meditatory class, isn't it? Sometimes you just get a bit lost in it, and then it's like, are you there, Mary? I was doing it the other day as well. It's funny, isn't it, that, you know, you've got you imagine somebody who's singing with the microphone and singing and just singing a lovely song, and you know, I'm far from that. But when I've got this push, because it kind of piles on audio sound, I kind of feel I'm kind of leaning on here. I'm not following any of the basic things that you're supposed to do, like concentrate on your posture, think about your breathing, and all this lot. It's just sounds that are more spoken than actual physical singing. So you can kind of get lost in it. You can keep adding things and taking things away and adding things, and you just get this sort of quagmire of sounds. It's just really brilliant, and a great kind of tool to kind of, you know, get them into different things. And yeah, I thoroughly enjoy it. If you want to have a listen to any of the glitches that I say, then you can get them on my website. And we haven't actually got a vowels and berry thing, have we?
Website.
So I've just kind of put.
Well, we do have the Female Creative website, so we could probably make it a part of that, given that website kind of does centre around work that we've done, and as it grows, maybe it'll separate off into a vowels and B thing. But for now, I think we can just put it up on there and see where it goes.
Yeah, definitely. And I think I think we need to go into a bit more detail about this virtual gallery. There's some people that have been asking me some questions about it. You could just explain what the virtual gallery is.
It'll be so after the fact of each live, that I will be, obviously the next day, because after this I'll be going to bed because I go to bed early. But the next day what I should be doing is putting the live video and any other media that has come to go with the stuff that we've shown. So if there's photographs, if there's other YouTube videos, if there's websites, whatever it is that we've been sent to go with what we show, that will be put into it sort of, we've called it a virtual gallery because we don't really have any other way of describing it. So that'll be put on.
It's just a place they can visit the work that's been shown.
It's exactly the same as walking into an art gallery and looking at the paintings, and the ones that you sort of like and are interested in, you might stand and look at a bit longer, and those that you're not, you'll float past. So it's like a virtual version of that. So if somebody's interested in something of yours that we've shown, and you've given us a website that other stuff that you've got online and bits and bobs like that, then they can go and they can see the live again, and they can also look up other things that you've done. So it's just like gallery.
Well, I think it's a good networking thing, isn't it? I mean, I've got great pride in this kind of document that just kind of lists all the creatives that have been involved, and you know, and where you can contact them, and they've supplied their websites and their emails and stuff like that. And I think that's really awesome. And I think as well, when we're showing stuff that's live, sometimes there is that element of crackling a bit and not really getting the full sense of what it really sounds like. One of our artists have been quite specific about the way that we listen to her stuff. And that's really important. That's really important in our kind of work. So we're really taking a gamble by playing some of our stuff that, you know, you really need to be listening to it in, you know, big massive speakers in a kind of space that's not kind of like this. So, you know, at the end of the day, we're just trying something out. You know, I love the stuff that I do. I love the stuff that it's just really, really nice to share things and talk about how we've made them. And, you know, if there's other people that do that as well, and if they can share that with us, and you know, it's great. This is a great thing to do, a great thing to sort of talk about the female artists and really kind of help promote their work, because we've got so many talented people about. And then when we all come back or go out into the outside world again and continue with a bit of normality, we can get back a bit of normality, then you know, we want to do these line tag gigs and stuff like that where we can join again, but this time there's a live element there. So we're just working from the ground up and just seeing how it goes. I'm chatting on a bit too much.
I think as the week goes on, it's going to become easier to get a feel for what it is that we're trying to achieve, because this isn't something that's really been done. I think it's been done in various different ways, but I think this is still quite a new thing, and everyone's still feeling their way through it. So we're just trying something new to see if it works.
So we can actually tell you what's on tomorrow if you can't be asked looking. Which I wouldn't if I was looking at something new. I'd say, well, tell me what's going on. I'll see if I'm interested. So tomorrow we have, we're doing some live sound making sessions. So it'll be, to start off, it'll be me and Dee, just for our glitch things. So, you know, we'll perform live and we'll go off after the event and, you know, mess with the audio like we do always. So that's going to be fun. Whether we can do an hour, we don't know. Sometimes we do get a bit lost, and I think we've lasted up to about half an hour. So if we do an hour of it without stopping, I think that we're going to go in the Guinness Book of Records on it. No, I'm joking. But anyway, yeah, we've got me and Thee, and we've got Christina. She was going to do a makeup video. She does all this really kind of way out goth makeup, but she kind of adds things on and builds things up in her face, and sometimes she's just not recognizable. So she sent loads of photos. So I've made a short film where it's going to just show, and we can have a little chat about her as well. Yeah, so it's some listening tomorrow. It's live performance from Santa's Grotto here, and from the workshop. So yeah, we're waiting for Santa to arrive on Christmas Eve.
Creating more.
Okay, right. We've nailed it. We've nailed it. There's millions of people who've like, that's it. Our job is done. Bye. Right. So we will see you tomorrow. Get yourself. There's no need for getting dressed up, because then we'll see you. You can go and get yourself a couple of cans and watch a bit if you want to. There's no pressure. Okay, so we're signing off.
Not an order. Yeah, right. We shall sign off from Facebook. See you tomorrow.
Okay, bye.